Hi, I'm Kheris. I'm the CEO of Flexing My Complexion, and I'm the youngest designer to ever showcase at New York Fashion Week.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's a brief way to say it.
That's a huge deal. So I wanted to just kind of get more about how did you go about starting Flexing My Complexion?
Well, first, I was bullied for my dark skin complexion, so I wanted to create something that I knew a lot of people can relate to, and just to let other people know that they are beautiful no matter what.
Awesome. So if you don't mind, I'm going to ask you more questions about bullying and what you experienced. When was how did it feel to be bullied, and what were some of the things that you experienced while being bullied?
How it made me feel, I felt uncomfortable. It was just something that I never knew that I really didn't know it was like a real thing. I thought it was something that we just read in books or something like that. And then when I experienced it, I was like, wow, like this is crazy. And then it started like in the first grade, and I realized what colorism was when I was in the second grade, because I was being bullied from people in my own race. So it just made me feel uncomfortable. It made me feel sad. I just didn't feel confident in myself anymore.
I'm so sorry to hear that. You have such beautiful skin, so it just hurts that you experienced that at such a young age. So now I want to talk about the turning point. When was the turning point of when you said, I'm dark-skinned, I'm going to own my complexion, and I'm beautiful? When was that turning point for you?
I started to own my power like around the 5th grade. That's when I started flexing my complexion. That's when I was like, wow, like my skin color is beautiful, and that it doesn't matter what other people think of you, only what you think of yourself. So you just have to take your power and just own it.
Awesome, awesome. So then you started flexing my complexion. What does that mean to you?
Flexing on my complexion means that you are smart, you are creative, you are special, and you are just yourself. Like, you just have to embrace who you are, and just flexing my complexion, it is bold words. So when like you wear it, you like, yeah, I'm flexing on my complexion, okay?
Now, talking about your business, you started your business. What was some surprises that you learned since being an entrepreneur?
That it is hard times when you create a clothing line. It is going to be fun times. It's going to be the hard times. And it was just like, wow, like I'm doing this. I started at 10. Wow. I was like, wow, why am I doing this? And it was like, but then I started realizing that it doesn't matter what age you are, what race, what gender you are. You could still do anything that you put your mind to. So I was like, I always wanted to create a clothing line. So I was like, I'm going to do this one day, but I didn't think I was going to be like 10. Like,
why not start now? Did you have support? Who supported you to start your business?
Just my family, like my immediate family, like my mom, my sister, my grandma. They were just there for me through everything, even when I was being bullied. So they were always there for me. So they always encouraged me just to go for my dreams, just to go for it. And it's better to start at a young age. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. So flexing in my complexion, where did that phrase come from?
Well, my grandmother used to always tell us to flex in our complexion, and she's from Louisiana. So they had these crazy sayings. I don't know where she got it from, but yeah. And so one day, I was in this fashion show, and my sister posted a picture of me on Twitter with the hashtag flexing in her complexion.
About you?
Yeah, and it went viral, and I was like, oh, sis. And yeah, so then we just created it from there. I was like, I just want to create something that was powerful, that I knew had a powerful meaning behind it.
That sounds good. So you started out with T-shirts, right? But it looks like you've had other products. You've had a backpack. What other products do you have for flexing in my complexion?
We have sweatshirts, hoodies. I just created a line with Lupita Nyong'o for her new book, So that was pretty exciting. I was just excited. I was like, wow, creating a clothing line with Lupita? That's crazy.
That's awesome. I'm so proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank you. And now we're going to be coming out with a new line in the summer, maybe. Okay. And then I'm coming out with my new edge control.
Yes.
It's called Edge Flex.
Yes. The edges got to stay laid.
Period.
How does it feel to see your brand? I've seen Lupita's worn your shirt. I've seen Lena Waithe has worn your shirt. Whoopi Goldberg has one, flexing in my complexion. I've seen a shout out from Snoop Dogg, LeBron James even. How did it feel when you first the first celebrity that mentioned your brand or your name, how did that moment feel?
I was excited, and I think the first person was Alicia Keys or Snoop Dogg. I think it was one of them. And I was like, oh, wow, Snoop Dogg, like, he's like the main person in LA, and that's where I come from. I'm born and raised in South LA. So I was like, wow, Snoop Dogg, he knows my name. That's crazy. But I was just like excited. I was like, wow, I can really make a change in my whole community everywhere, even across the world.
And how old were you when that occurred?
10. I was 10.
So a few months into your business.
Yeah, it was.
Wow. And how many sales have you made so far?
Over 100,000? Yeah, over 100,000.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
How does it feel to be accomplished at such a young age? So I've also seen you've done a collaboration with Nike and LeBron James, and you've been recognized as Teen Vogue's 21 under 21. How does it feel? How does that accomplishment feel for you?
It was fun. I mean, it was just like, so I was overwhelmed. I was like, this is crazy to be doing this at a young age. And you really don't see young people that look like me doing things like this. And just for me to be an influence for that, just to let other people know that they can do it as well, it's just amazing. Like, it's just like I can have the platform to let other people know. If I can do it, you can do it.
Absolutely. So who inspires you?
Who inspires me is Lena Waithe, because she is helping other young African-American people lead their voices out on the big screens for something that they've been wanting to do for years. And just for her to do that is just overall, like, that's girl power. Like, for someone that can do that, it's just amazing.
What words of encouragement would you have for people that want to pursue a career in entrepreneurship? How would you tell them to go about it? Any pain points from your experience?
I would just tell them to go for it. I mean, it doesn't matter what age you are. You just do it. Like, if you just look up things, like, have resources, like, tell people that you know who have done this before, work in that business, and just ask them questions, or just reach out to people like your influencers, because I know a lot of them will respond through emails, stuff like that. So just asking them, like, how they came about it. And it's just, I mean, to me, it was pretty easy. I mean, it wasn't that hard. You just had to get up every day and be like, oh, I'm going to do this. You just want to have the mindset to do it.
That's true. So then in terms of getting your first brand out, your first T-shirt out, can you walk me through the steps that you did to actually produce your first shirt?
Okay, so first we had this guy do the shirts because my mom knew him, so we didn't really know like what the business was or whatever. So we just asked him. We sent out 20 T-shirts on my website, and they all sold out in less than 15 minutes. So I was like, oh wow. And so it was like just getting like someone just to a manufacturer, get the T-shirts from somewhere, and just figuring out how you want it, like feeling the textures and stuff like that. That was like the first part, like feeling the texture. Doesn't want to make sure it's like doesn't feel cheap or something.
Quality.
So you just want it to people feel comfortable in it, you know, and just like taking a moment and just going through it, because everything is not going to happen in a blink of an eye. It's always going to take time. So you just want to go slow and just ease your way in there.
All right, that makes sense. And so then now it's been over 3 years of when you launched your brand. Has anything changed in your production process since the first time you made your first T-shirt, your first 20 orders till now?
Oh, yes, baby. Yes. It's even more harder because now you get over 100 orders a day.
Wow.
Like, it's just like, oh, Lord, like, we're doing all of this. And then plus, you don't want to just use one thing. You just don't want to be known as, oh, I have T-shirts. You want to branch out to other things. So it was just, now it's like, oh, Lord, like, I'm doing all of this. Like, oh. Yeah, but it's fun. I mean, it's something that a lot of people can do. I mean, everyone can do it, and just going for your dreams, basically.
Yeah. So how do you get your inspiration for the next thing that you're going to present on your website in your business?
Well, social media does play a big part in everything nowadays. Like going on and seeing what's popular, what people are wearing, but then you want to make it your own. You just don't want to make something that, oh, this person had it on their website. Why can't I just get it from there? You want to make it more outside of the box. You want to make it more comfortable for people. Just making it your own, basically. Just making it not better than someone else's, but making it your best thing on your collection.
So differentiating yourself from other websites that are selling T-shirts or backpacks or hoodies. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So then in terms of making it your own, I just want to kind of get into your head of like, how do you come up with, this is my next thing? Is it just you wake up and you say, I got it, this is my next design idea? Or Is it based on, I know you mentioned social media, is it based on just like reviewing what's popular on social media and saying, this is how I'm gonna branch out for my brand? How does that work for you?
I mean, me and my sister, we could easily look at something and be like, that's a good idea. Like this morning, I was getting ready, and I was like, let's do this. Like, it just came up in my head. I don't know. It's just like everyone has that one place in their home where they can just come out with the most random ideas, and the bathroom is for me. Like, I get everything from the bathroom. So, yeah. So it's just like, just thinking of random things. Like, I could easily be in a grocery store and be like, that's a great idea. Why hasn't someone came up with that? Like, you could have like a crayon makeup line, and that's like something that only one person has done, and that's Super Sync. Yeah, she's done that before, and it's just like creating different things that you don't see other people doing, just making it your own.
In terms of what's next, so you mentioned you have an Edge Flex that you're bringing out, a line that you're bringing out, and then you have some summer collections that you're bringing out. What else are you working on for your brand and for your company?
Oh, well, for my company, we just started my own foundation. It's called the Flex My Complexion Foundation, where we just did our most recent event was a back to school drive where over 1,000 kids came, but unfortunately, we only could give 500 kids who came something. So we're just gonna make it bigger and better next year, and just helping my community out, because I am from South LA, so there isn't a lot of fortunate kids in that area where they easily can go to the store and get school supplies. So just for me to help them out, just amazing. So that's what we're working on now. It's creating a foundation. I just don't want to do a clothing line. I want to do more than that. I want to branch out to other things. Just don't want to stick to one thing. Like, that's what my family is. We want to branch out to everything. Yeah. Everything that we're able to do, we will do it. It doesn't matter how long it will take. We will do it.
I also wanted to know, in terms of New York Fashion Week, I know you're the youngest designer at New York Fashion Week. What was that like? How did that feel in terms of getting called to come and showcase your line at the event, and then designing your line for the event? How was the whole process like for you?
So I came home one day, and my sister was like, "You going to New York Fashion Week?" She just said it all nonchalant. It was like, okay, whatever. That's how she said it. And then
did she get a call or something?
They emailed.
Okay.
So it was like, I really wasn't thinking anything about it till we got there. And I was like, oh, wow, like this is happening now. And then the next day, that's when I found out I was the youngest designer to ever showcase at New York Fashion Week. And for me to be a young African-American girl is paving a way for other young women behind me to let them know that they can do it as well. Yeah. Just paving their way, helping them out.
Absolutely. So in terms of designing the line that you created for Fashion Week, what did that look like?
So my favorite piece from that line was we did a crop. It was like shorts, and it was like a crop hoodie. Okay. It was like a matching set kind of. That was my favorite. That was my favorite. But everything was kind of like everyday wear, like something out of the box. Everything wasn't on the website. It was just, we're just throwing it out there like, oh, yeah, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. It was just a overall fun opportunity.
Awesome. And did you get to model at Fashion Week?
Yes, I did. I got to
What did you get to wear? Did you get to wear your crop?
Mm-hmm. Okay. That was my favorite one, y'all. I had to wear my crop hoodie. Mm-hmm.
Did anyone else get to wear your crop outfit?
Nope, that was mine.
Just you only.
As
a designer. Was that your first runway walk at Fashion Week?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, awesome. And how long ago was that?
I was in the 6th grade, so about 2 years ago.
Wow. Mm-hmm. She's done so much.
Yeah.
At 13 years old. That's awesome. And so then how many girls got to model your line at Fashion Week?
About 10, 6, 10. Yeah, about 10, yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. That's a pretty manageable size.
Yeah, it was exciting. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm at New York Fashion Week. All these big names are here. I'm like, we about to show off, y'all.
So you mentioned earlier that your family likes to get into as many things as you can, whether it's fashion, establishing your foundation. What other interests do you have besides fashion and the foundation?
Well, modeling. Well, I started off as a model. I'm signing to IMG now, so
congratulations.
That's exciting. Yes. Yeah, and I think I'm the youngest black girl in there. I'm going to be maybe.
Wow.
Yeah, because there isn't like with these big modeling agencies, you only like see like 1 or 2 dark-skinned girls, or they may be lighter than you. And so I'm just excited for that, because then I'm like, oh yeah, another girl's gonna come in behind me and she's like, oh yeah, she has big hair, she's doing this, I could do that too.
And so besides modeling, other interests that you're going into?
Yeah, well, I'm starting acting. I have my own Nickelodeon cartoon. It's called Middle School Moguls.
Wow. I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, it came out a few months ago, so that was exciting. So I branched out to that. Yeah.
So you do the voice for, what's your character name?
It's myself. I play myself.
Okay. Aw, Kheris, that's awesome. So what's the show about?
It's just about fashion moguls going to this big school, and it's like sports. It was like fashion, music, and all that. So yeah.
So you mentioned earlier about paving the way for others. I wanted to get your thoughts. Have you felt that anyone has paved the way for you to follow in their path? And also, how do you feel like you can open doors for others coming behind you?
Well, people who paved the way for me, Marseille paved the way for a lot of young African-American girls, for being the youngest producer to produce her own movie called Little, and that paved the way for a lot of young girls. And they were like a lot of directors I saw, like I'm seeing more like dark-skinned girls being on the big screens now, so she paved the way for a lot of people. Who paved the way for me for like my hairline or like my clothing line? Shoot, a lot of people have. Like nowadays, like when you go to beauty supply, you're seeing like more black brands in these big beauty supplies now. So a lot of those paved the way for me. And how I feel like I could pave the way for a lot of younger girls is by just speaking out for something, because you don't always see like a lot of people nowadays are speaking out about out of their comfort zone and stuff like that, things that they've been through. And then for me to do that, to be young, when I started I was 10, so being young to do it then, it was kind of crazy, because I was pretty nervous to do it because I didn't know how people would think. I just didn't know. So now I'm kind of comfortable to speak out about it. So just like, it's just amazing. Like it's just, yeah.
That's wonderful. And then with regards to your Edge Flex coming out, any other hairline products that we should be expecting?
We're going to branch out some bonnets, like scarves. So yeah, that was supposed to come out before the edge control, but I was so excited about the edge control. I was like, why don't we just do it first? Like, come on. Like people, like edge control is in right now. Everyone is using it, like literally everyone. Yeah.
Yes, it's needed.
So we're just making it, we started off with one little thing where it's just like, oh, it just had like the basic name on it or whatever. But then we were like, why don't we just do something more than that? So then we held it back a little, and it's going to come out in next month, I believe now, because we wanted it to be more creative. We wanted it to be like something where it's not just a bottle. Like everyone just has a bottle. So we just wanted to make it like bigger designs, just like more creative. Yeah.
Okay, well, I can't wait to see it next month. So how did you come up with formulating the perfect edge control?
Well, I mean, it wasn't hard at all. It was just like, it wasn't.
Experimenting?
Yeah, it's just experimenting, just going out and like, oh, well, this person did this. Let me just make it more natural, like more, basic, not basic, but it's just like more healthier for the hair. Yeah.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So how did you get the idea of starting your edge control?
I'm obsessed with edge control. I always use edge control. Who doesn't use edge control? So it's like, I mean, everyone needs edge control. I'm not gonna walk out the house with no edge control on my edges. So I mean, somebody needs it.
That is true. So how did you come up with the name Edge Flex?
I mean, we wanted to use flex my complexion. So my sister was like, oh, let's just do Edge Flex. So she just said it, and we was like, okay.
It sticks.
Yeah, we
just
went on with it. That was the first name, actually. We never even said any other name. It was just Edge Flex. Like, that was it.
One and done.
Yeah, one and done.
That's awesome. So are you also considering going into makeup?
Oh, yes. That's what we were planning on now. But, you don't want to say too much now. I don't want anybody to steal our little brain ideas,
I understand. Keep it secret till it's secure.
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds good. Awesome. I also wanted to ask, also just kind of going back to what you started out talking about, how you came about starting Flexing My Complexion because you were bullied and because you experienced colorism. What would you say to others that are being bullied right now? What words of advice would you give to them?
First, I would tell them to do affirmations like in the mirror every day, just telling beautiful words, saying beautiful words about yourself, like I am confident, I am special, I am creative, I am me, and it doesn't matter what other people like think of you. Like I said, it matters what you think of yourself.
Absolutely.
So it's just, and that, yeah, just block all of them out. Like people who mess with you and like talking about you, that means like they have something going on at home with themselves as well. So they're taking out all their anger on you. So what you want to do, you want to talk to them if you feel comfortable talking to them. You want to talk to them and tell them like, oh, I don't like that you're doing this, and it makes me feel uncomfortable, but I want to help you out. You want to help them out, come out with whatever they're going through. You just want to help them and help yourself.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So in terms of the affirmations that you mentioned, I am confident, I'm beautiful, I'm smart. Do you do that every day?
Mm-hmm. Girl,
awesome.
That's how I get myself up in the morning. Girl.
I'm going to start doing that too.
Yeah, if I'm not gonna walk out the house with saying no affirmations, girl, it don't matter where you going.
So who gave you the idea to start doing affirmations?
My mom.
Aww.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, my mom.
And that was part of the turning point to help you overcome that bullying that you felt.
Yeah, definitely.
That's wonderful. So if you have any words to your former bullies, what would you say to them?
I would say thank you, because without them, I wouldn't be in this room today. Because without them, I wouldn't never have the story that I can tell. You know, just saying thank you, because I mean, a lot of people will be like, why do you want to say thank you? Because without them, what would I be doing now? I would just be at home, going to school, going to regular school, not even being homeschooled and having all these opportunities. And just to say thank you, because, you know, I'm here for them. Yeah. I mean, I'm here to help them out, because they're the ones that was messing with me. So I'm here to help them know that it wasn't okay.
That's a positive way to look at it. So you mentioned you're homeschooled. How do you balance everything that's going on with your education?
Well, now it's easy because I'm doing it at home first. And then like when I'm traveling, I could just easily pull out my computer on the plane and just do school. Then it's boring. I mean, like, it's not something a kid would want to do. Even though the kid doesn't want to go to school, then you just don't want to be sitting at home. So it's just kind of, now that I have friends that are in the industry now, I can just easily call them and be like, what you doing, girl? Let's hang out. Yeah.
But still getting your education, because that's important.
Yeah. And I only have to do 2 hours of school.
Oh, that's wonderful.
But I have more not more classes, but I have more work to do than what you would do in regular school.
Well, that makes sense, just to keep up with the curriculum. Yeah. So then you're in the 8th grade now, I believe. Okay, awesome. So that means you're going to be homeschooled throughout your high school, is that correct?
I'm going to high school freshman year, but I'm going to go to a private school. So, yeah, more easier, you know, keeping it private, you know, private school, period. I hope it's fun.
I'm sure it will be.
I hope high school is like High School Musical, you know, where you get to sing down hallways. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure it's not, but it's okay.
I hate to break it to you, it's not going to be a musical. Unfortunately, there won't be any singing by Troy and Gabriella. But okay, so I'm guessing High School Musical is one of your favorite movies?
No, it's not. It's not at all. My favorite movie is Love and Basketball.
Ooh, mine too. Yes, that's a classic. Mine too. That's awesome. So in terms of balancing school, education, and all like your booming entrepreneurship business ideas, I'm sure you travel also. Is that correct? Because I know you went to Fashion Week. Do you travel? How often do you travel a week? Or a month?
I mean, a few days ago, I just got back from Texas. I mean, I travel almost every week now. It's kind of getting normal now. I mean, it's just like a normal thing now. It's like, oh, well, I'm going there this week. Oh, I can't hang out with you now. Like, yeah, it's just, we're getting used to it. My sister doesn't like to fly. So then she's just like, okay. But yeah.
But she accompanies you on your trips?
Not really. She's kind of just like about business. It's like, yeah, so not everything is business, but it's just like not making it your main focus, because I am a child. So I do have to go out sometimes with my friends, like have a normal life sometimes.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
Yeah, that was actually going to be my next question, is how do you balance all of that with your friends, your family, and just your personal interests and hobbies?
Well, my family is from Texas, so I don't always get to see them on time. We probably get to see them like twice a year maybe. So it's kind of, I'm kind of used to it now, because then like my friends, like I could probably see them like maybe like twice a month. I mean, that's still a lot to see your friends, like besides seeing them every day. I'd rather see them twice a month than every day in school. But But yeah.
Okay. Okay. And then hobbies. What about hobbies and interests that you have outside of work and school and just hanging out with your friends?
I like to go skating. I'm a
Okay.
skater, y'all. I like to go skating.
Skateboard?
No, roller skating.
Roller skating. Okay. Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
That's fun. What else do you like to do? I know I think you also like dancing. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Do you dance often?
Every Monday I go to dance class. I didn't go this Monday because I was out of town, but I like to go dancing, just hanging out with my friends, just having a normal life now. Yeah.
What type of dance do you do?
Hip hop.
Okay, nice. Do you choreograph as well?
No.
I'm just a dancer.
Yeah. Don't do all that now.
Okay.
Don't make that my next hobby. Here she go. My sister's gonna be like, oh yeah, you should do this. Like, girl.
Any other hobbies or interesting things about you?
Getting my nails done, is that a hobby?
Well, it's important.
Yeah, my sister's getting into nails now, so that's her little hobby. So she does my nails every once in a while, I guess. Yeah.
That's awesome. I know for me, like I've been getting into braiding hair, so I'm always practicing on my mom's hair. Like any head I can get, I'm like, let me practice in your hair and let me braid your hair. So it's always fun to just get into
braid my hair?
We'll see, maybe. Maybe I'll fly out to LA and come meet you and practice on your head. Nice. So in terms of going back to your business, Flexing in My Complexion, you've done so much so far and you're planning to expand it. I know right now the logo is stylized as it's all caps. Are you planning to change it? Are you planning to rebrand it for the new upcoming lines?
Yeah, that's for the new clothing line. We're going to have in different places. It's going to be a whole new thing. You're going to be like, oh, where'd this come from? I didn't see this before. But yeah, it's going to be outside of the box this time. This time, I'm like excited because it's like something that I've never really seen anyone wear like this. So I'm just like excited. I don't want to say too much because then I'm going to give it away.
No, don't give it away.
I want to keep y'all surprised.
Yes, keep us surprised. Keep it secret till it's secure. That's my saying. And then in terms of your collaboration with Nike and LeBron James, how did that feel to see your face in a Nike ad? I think that's pretty huge. Just to see your picture modeling for Nike. How did that feel for you?
It was overwhelming. I was like, LeBron James picked me himself. Like, oh Lord. And then I went to New York Fashion Week for the Nike collaboration that they did for his 16 shoe, where he picked 16 young women to represent his shoes. So I sat across from him at New York Fashion Week, and I swear he looked dead at me and was talking about me to his wife. I know it for a fact. I know for a fact.
Wow.
A fact. Yeah, but then he DM'd me on Instagram, so that was pretty cool after that.
What do you think he was telling his wife about?
I don't even know. I don't even know.
Like, that's the most beautifulest girl I've ever seen. Doing things. Okay, so what about the other 15 girls that modeled his shoes? Do you keep in contact with them?
Well, one of them, her name is Chloe. She's a tapper. Yeah, she's like one of the most, she's like very popular in the tap community, like everyone knows her name. So I keep in contact with her sometimes. Serena Williams was in it. She doesn't know me probably. But,
I'm sure she does.
But yeah, she did it. And a lot of other young African-American girls did too. Yeah.
So Kheris, what has been your favorite thing so far about all of it? The fame, the following, launching your brand. What's been the most meaningful piece of all of it for you?
The most meaningful piece of it all for me was just to give other people courage to love themselves. It wasn't even about like the followers or anything, like the fame or anything, because I really wasn't like used to all of that, even though I love attention. But it wasn't even about all of that. It was just making other people feel comfortable in themselves, you know? So yeah, that was just making people feel comfortable in themselves. That was probably the most exciting part for me.
So Kheris, starting a business at 10, what did you find to be the most challenging piece? What's been the biggest learnings you had and the biggest kind of challenges and frustrations along this journey?
Well, some of the frustrations. It wasn't just like about the code. I mean, just like with the code line, it was just like things outside of it. Because, you know, when you do get popular, like on social media and stuff, like some of your friends will change up on you. You will have like those difficulties, especially being young. So that was very difficult because you were losing a lot of your close friends and just like not hanging out with them all the time. So that was pretty difficult for me. But now it's kind of just like everyone isn't your friend. friend. Like everyone that you associated with before or after, everyone is still, you just have to keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. So that was kind of the hardest part. The hard part wasn't even like the clothing line. It was just like the friends, like losing all of your friends. But now I'm kind of cool. Like keeping my small little group is fine, you know? With me, yeah, just keeping everyone closer now, just looking out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Hi.
You are amazing, and your
Thank
edges
you.
are laid.
Period.
Period, girl. So you have accomplished so much already in your life, which is incredible. What do you think about when people ask you, what do you want to be when you grow up?
I mean, I just tell them what I'm doing now because I don't even know what else can you be doing besides this. Like, what's bigger than this? Probably, like, tell me, because I just want to stick to this right now. I mean, I really don't know what I want to do. I don't want to go to college. I know I'm gonna get a master's degree. You know, my family's on my sister, and they're probably gonna be on me. So, you know, just doing that. I really don't know. Just right now, I'm just doing what I'm doing now. So yeah.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Mine isn't really a question. It's more like a comment. I'm just very proud to hear you talking. And I just feel like everything that you showcased today is like what I wish I was at 13. I'm 20 now. But yeah, I'm just very proud. Like you're a little sister or something. It's so adorable. And you're very beautiful and articulate. And it's just encouraging to keep going.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, I have a fun one for you. Your brand has such a beautiful ring to it, flexing in my complexion. If you could pick any musical artist to create a song just for you and your brand, who would it be and why?
Beyonce. I mean, it's not even a why to that. I mean, it's Beyonce. Y'all, she sent me her new Ivy Park collection, and I was like, yo, Beyonce. And then they said Beyonce handpicked us. So I was like, oh my gosh. And then she put me on her website, and I was like, oh my God, what if she puts me in a song? Like, who you know?
Flexing like Kheris.
Perfect answer, thank you.
Yes.
What's been one of your favorite times, like when you've been on the road traveling, or what's like a really funny experience you can share with us too?
Ooh, I mean, it's so many. I mean, my mom and my sister, like, we all travel together. I mean, that's not, like, normal now because we all don't travel together because my mom is working. But when we are all together, it's just jokes. Like yesterday, I don't even know what we were laughing about, but I was on the phone with my mom. We just randomly started laughing about something. I don't know if it was about Taylor, my sister, or it was about me. Oh, because she was messing with me. Because my mom had got sick. She has bronchitis. She got it from my sister. And so I was like, Mom has bronchitis. And she was like, why are you so excited to tell me that? And she started messing with me like the whole time we were walking. She just kept repeating it. I was like, girl, it's over with. Yeah, that was pretty funny. I mean, it's like an inside joke, I guess, but it was funny.
And then if you could pick one designer to work with, to collab with on a new line, who would it be?
One designer. Shoot. I mean, I would say all, but that's kind of like crazy. But it's this one designer. His name it's like Keith something, but he spoke at this Vogue event that I went to. I cannot think of his name. Yeah, Pierre Moss. Yeah, I want to work with them one day. It was pretty cool. I like to hear. He was amazing. Like, I learned a lot from him when he was speaking. So yeah, sorry I said the wrong name, but so that's what his Instagram name starts with. So I was like, oh, Keith. Yeah, but Pierre Moss.
And what would you design with them?
I mean, a dope collection, like maybe like a shoe line or something. I mean, who knows? Like, you never know what comes out in the future. You never know.
So I guess I'll stand. So I'm really inspired by you, of course. So what advice would you give to parents or, who have little ones who are, entrepreneurs, want to be entrepreneurs like yourself or want to venture into some sort of startup or industry? So,
what I would tell a parent is, just let your kid do his thing. I mean, you're not gonna hold your kid back from doing something that they want to do. Like, I've been seeing that lately. Like, a lot of parents are not really understanding like where their kids are coming from nowadays. But us kids have big voices. Like, you don't know what we can do. Like, I'm seeing more kids nowadays speak out than adults. And we have like Now it's like bigger stories. Like you're like, wow, like I didn't know a kid can think that way. Just letting your kid just go on and do their thing, like just helping them out and just not sitting there in the back and just watching. Like, no, help them out. Do your research. It shouldn't just be them doing the research, even though they want to do it. But you should just go on and help them, you know? Yeah.
I can tell that you're super humble and grounded, even though you've accomplished so much. And what do you think helps you stay down to earth amidst all of the fame?
Because staying down to earth is something, just knowing that everything can be taken away in the blink of an eye. So you just want to humble yourself sometimes, because you never know when God can take something so little and he can make it so big and he could take it away from you. So just owning it now, because you don't know how long you're going to have it, just owning it, you know, and just being humble and, you know, just saying, don't make it be like, oh, I did this. No, girl, calm down. No, it's not about you all the time. But yeah.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Kheris.
You can find Flexin' My Complexion at www.flexinmycomplexion.com, and you can follow me on all my social medias at Kheris Poppin'.